Something brings a cardboard crane in my fingers, just visible in the dim light of my room. Just a little of the moonlight being able to peek through the curtains and around their edges. I lay in my dark bed for a long time. I looking at the little origami bird. This a lot happens when Silly folded this, but at the same time I feel like very little has changed. For everyone else, I'm back to square one. If new found of idea of where I want to go in life, but that's not something that affects me now. Not go changed, I know that much. If anything, she makes me feel like I got no excuse to be like this, considering your previous situation. Lily, though. I turned the bottom of my fingers another way, looking from yet another angle. First met her, she seemed so aloof and perhaps somewhat distant. Her actions were always so careful, measured, and precise. Her careful, maintained composure always gave the appearance of eerie confidence and serenity. At times she became formal, just a bit though, but enough. It felt good to see her lowering her ambitions around me, and opening up even just a little of her own accord. I felt her seeing her real self slowly become more vibrant and visible. Now though, I'm beginning to have doubts. I was suspected of what it is effectively two is breaking up. I don't feel new or strange though, but rather like looking through an old book, rather like an old book being found and dusted off. I soon realized after being honest that she told me she did not go, someone she needed help and care. At first, I simply thought we'd be fine as friends, just telling each other as their limited time together in school. But then again, to measure treasure moments together more and more quiet walks to our talking over lunch. The good side of their personality becoming ever more obvious and ever more likable. Taylor and Scott Ridley's trip to Scotland to visit her long-distance family and second aunt only maybe is how much I liked being around her, and I thought she'd felt similar array. For her, though, it probably wasn't everything to the relationship. Even after we returned to Japan, the reason she lost her family once again for being with them for such a brief time. There's so much of life without her family around, and turning like you're working long hours, that she has little choice to be like that. That shows independence to be a good and admirable trait. And instructing us reliance on my parents for my heart attack, and as reluctant as I may have been to admit it. However, it's all that she meant never let people get close to her. Other family due to her lack of blindness, and went to a different school from everyone she knew of because of it. She worked hard to make sure she didn't have a burden on her sister and those around her. Now Kira's getting the information she liked the family thought she'd lost. She didn't tell me of her plans, explaining too much about them. They didn't want to be a burden on anyone, including me. I'm an idiot. No question. I wanted her to be there and ask when she needed me to. I set my life up and expected to stay that way forever, with the two of us having a nice long relationship when we pushed forwards towards our future together. A little bit of frustration and anger at myself was up my chest. As everything happened, I never tried to help Billy. As being there was enough. That I could keep going on if that was true. But it could never have been fitted, though. It was a childlike dependence on someone, without any attempt to understand or help the situation. Thanks to that, I lost Sully, one person I loved most, because I wasn't there for her when she needed me. Increasing angry feeling washing over me, I turned and set the screen back on my desk next to my clock, the place where I'd lived since the day where she folded it for me. Since that day, she said herself that her burdens needn't be my own. The extra bright room was my alarm clock shining through the dark of my room in my tired eyes. 10 o'clock, evening. Care for you be soon. I wonder. I hear missions they'd be leaving this evening. I don't know exactly when their flight is, but it means there's a chance, however small, that they might not have left already. Trying to start to move my body to the side of my bed, I suddenly wide the possibility. No guarantee they haven't left. Indeed, it's likely they already have. No chance they haven't, and however small that may be. Just once, I should have before. Sitting in rush over my cabinet, throwing on some clothes as fast as I can, and sliding them in a quick session. The second that passes by is a second I can't retain, and the second that maybe endurance from catching them and losing them forever. Even if I fail, I have to try. I can't let her leave everything behind without even trying to stop her. Without just this once being with her for her. Last my clothes slipped on, I hastily grabbed the phone on my desk. Luckily, the local number quick texting number is still my god history. I grabbed his voice announcing the comfort I faced around the room. It takes forever to slow my voice and keep it clear of the phone. The chilly night air sweeps against me as I open the dormitory room, but nevertheless keep my pace a jog half run out to the school gates. May not be clear here just yet, but it's securely close. If there was a guard around, they have no doubt just question for me. Looks like I managed to come out just before they arrive, or they're just around the corner. Basically, I think halfway to the school gardens, their nighttime allure of loss, they begin to run through the school gate. Into the courtyard, dim as they are, find enough illumination and delight the way from me tripping over. The business have taken a rustic, almost antique-looking edge as I glanced at them. Looking back, it seems strange that they appeared so dark and looming to me. Now they seem to some anachronistic school buildings, the same as any others by their age. Even the gates behind me, I pulled to a stop just for the taxi. The taxi is just parked just as secure as car had been. Its gaudy and bright lit sign looks out of place as in quiet country backdrop. Apparently squeezed on to the door, giving the driver the address for the two should totally be staying. The time the taxi pulls up at a trip at casual speed, it's well and truly D&D that night. That was truly enormous. It sure slides as much as I expected, and honestly still. Feeling which I started to stay just because for not. Seeing a person on the fancy intercom button outside the gate, which was a short like my delay in a silent road. It's not long for a somewhat deep, gruff voice can be heard from it. This is Akamaishi residence. Please state your name and why you're bothering us this late. Press on despite noticing its reasonable annoyance and audible in its voice. The sound of Kai, so we meet Lily or Kira if they're still here. Surprisingly, I managed to somewhat my voice, even to make the inner side intercom silent. A few minutes passed, so I press the button again, that's what's going on. The light turned on outside the front door. Jimmy has the main room just coming through, but as he passes Claire's parked car, the picture sitting at the back, then it becomes clear. He's typically placed it emotionally, he's on up to the gate. He'll try his mannerism despite his demeanor. Just a few buttons behind the fence, the gate slowly opens. Oh, hello. Icky, what's up? So, what are you doing here? I think it's the most emotion I ever heard from his voice, not that it'd be hard to reach that mark. He told me that she and Lily would be staying here before they left for their flight. And he talked to Lily just last night. Are you still here? Lily's face says everything. I failed, it's too late. The one time I actually need to act quickly, and actually it's possible. What? What is? He's taking it back to my figure, but I can't help it at this point. I left not long ago, only a few minutes before you arrived, in fact. If you go straight to the airport, you might be able to... Sal! I back towards the waiting taxi, grabbing what little money is left in my pocket as I go. Thanks, Hideki. Take a seat and park it shorter to my destination. Just beats while I tear down the street, my body twisting this way and that. There's whooping pedestrians walking back before me. The road's solidly blocked by taxis and their cars, swapping out passengers and picking up others in a line if they have to wait. We'd having to stop almost a block away. That's in fast now, but now is reading Lily. One feet hits the ground, the other quickly following with that slightest thought, others taking on life of their own, and all I could do is mind concentrate on the view ahead of me. Lily head with their long hair of hers, that long yellow hair is the same as the color of wheat that stretches as far as yet can see. In the end, I depended on Lily, just a knockout head. Even after we started going out, it still didn't feel like she let herself depend on me. Even for one moment. That one moment we held herself tightly in that bright yellow field. At times she felt losing and just suited everyone else. That's why, just this once. And then it wraps around me, trading this last round of foam from my body. It's not that it feels more like winter than a summer night. My fingers, my feet, my hands, they all feel increasingly cold. Ten of passing cars just more than the background hum was like. Sun hitting my shoes hits the pavement, echoes loudly. Earth is surging towards this person I have to catch. First my chest tightening in response to the cold night. Earth's an arm over it, try to settle it down. The airport comes into view. I realize this feeling was this one I felt before. Not now, of all times. For this, please, not now. They go one shoulder on regardless, but I push my body as far as it will go. So I pushed my ears, I hurtled forward, my shoulder hitting against someone's side, and my mind suddenly flooding with emotions and memories. I continue without apology. I have to keep moving now. If I stop, I'm not sure we could begin again. Even if I could, it'd be all for naught if I'm not in time. Another person and another, offering little resistance to get through getting bounced around. My feet feel numb. My arms are losing all feeling. My chest forward me to hunch over awkwardly, tightening ever more. The afternoon in the snow, the time when my life firstly changed. Inches of an iron knock when that damned letter flashed over to my mind. The first little I lost thanks to my condition. I can't let that happen again. I don't care what happens to me anymore. I just need to see her one last time. There. Sure, sure, yellow and white comes in view with some dents down the road. Figure sweated by the lights for the airport entrance. Lily! Lily! Lily, stop, please! Lily! Come on, Lily, I know your hearing's far beyond norm. Ah! Recently spinning out of control and end up on the ground. My body half erased sprawls are hitting someone stumbling over. Before I can address the damage, some real pain hits my body. All my thoughts are blanked as I curl up and clench right into my chest. Hey, you okay? That was a really bad fall. This pain, I can't. Ah! Ah! Any sharp knock could do me in. No exertion. Thought I could over my limits just this once. Something's wrong with him. What's the matter, Art? Voices of those gathering around me are aggressively paced by a loud ringing in my ears. I never be able to move my head, my eyes turn upward to see the moving of the lips. Then I clutch my chest, I realize I can't feel my fingers anywhere, nor my feet. Then I tell my body is shutting down, starting from my extremities. One last effort, I turn my head down the road towards the airport entrance, which is casting its light over me. Lily's there behind the crowd, her head is tilted, but only slightly. My vision is dimming as I try to yell, but nothing bursts my mouth, so I notice efforts. Slowly but surely, my vision begins to black out the scene for me. So, this is how it ends. I failed. I was so close, so very close. But at the last moment, my accusation seizes my chance at a new life and dragged me back. Now I'm gonna die. Sprawled out just meters from the airport. The crowd of bowing people surrounding me and leaving for Scotland just a little distance ahead. Ugh, Lily. That's where I stand and less my energy. Where it falls into a deep and inescapable blackness, every muscle in my body shuts down. I'm sorry, Lily. I was too late. What's going on? I slowly open my eyes, a bright white light starts my retinas. For moments I can't isolate where I am, mindlessly staring ahead, my scared thoughts gross into my slowly waking mind. Slowly but surely the light comes into focus as a bare expanse, giving a giant across my field of vision. So when the light fixture comes into view, the mind clicks that there is a ceiling above me. Myself gently absorbed through my senses the details of the room I'm in. Someone tastes a strong breeze hanging in the air, leaving the impression of a place slightly too clean to be natural. It fits of pale beige-colored walls, all perfectly painted without a crack or a stain or imperfection. A single framed painting hangs on the wall, perfectly straightened like the walls. It's boring and unoffensive as it can be. I was gratified that Trina's waving across my vision, my eyes following me to the window it covers. I right down to lift myself up and look through it. I feel the cathode digging uncomfortably. It's only now that I notice the candle tubes winding down my cheeks and my nose. As I'm finishing, I look myself looking around the corner of the window. Beyond the thick leaves of several large trees, I can see the green below, backing in a field. Looks the customary island green on the outskirts of the city. There's about the sun outside. It's noon. On which day, though, I'm not sure. So, I'm in a hospital once again. Let out a long, tired breath, I try to collect my scattered thoughts. My mind casts me a dozen directions all at once as many emotions running through me. Lying back down, I decided to start at the beginning, why I'm here. Gives my back, although I can't work a smooth reflection on what happened. Since last night, or whichever night it was, come back more as a series of snapshots than any cohesive memory. Lying in bed looking at the origami bird, talking to Hideki outside the Hakamachi residence, running down the street, passing pedestrians, bumping into more of them, falling, looking up the extremely bright airport entrance, seeing Lou's back to lay on the ground. The silence of the private room suddenly feels overwhelming. So that's it. I had my chance to correct my mistake, and I blew it. Whether I was at fault for neglecting my medication, or discarding to hate myself, or what I was getting out for soon, it doesn't matter now. All that matters is that, once again, I'm alone. Presto blue pillow deals with little just to let myself fall back into its bed. Its starchy case, along with its starchy sheets, providing little comfort. Fear of the darkness of the last night's events. The bright light of the room around me is striking. All it does, though, is imitate how otherworldly places like this are. Arrhythmia. A strange word. A foreign, alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. So maybe you'd be able to go on without anything happening, they said. And then it did. Occasionally to everything. My old school was of no importance anymore. My home was reduced to a fallaway place. Both my friends and my first love simply stopped visiting after a length of time. I became cynical and embittered. Distant and subdued. In my defense, no person could avoid that outcome of such a thing happening to them. But nevertheless, I left the hospital as a very differently changed person. Things changed. I made new friends in Hanako, Suzune, and Misha. I found a new sense of home in my dormitory. New interest in science and the world around me, and I found a new direction in my life that I'd never felt before. But I also discovered other things. The sense of isolation and Yumako and its surroundings was not entirely unwelcome. The quiet giving a sense of peace of mind and may not have found elsewhere, but it gave the area a feeling of being pushed out of the way, of being kept out of sight. People usually glance awkwardly or turn their heads as they realized they were staring. Even my condition wasn't visible, my uniform was. Even if it wasn't, I was still different. I took 17 pills a day, morning, midday, and night. My scar, although hidden from behind clothing, was a permanent mark of my condition. Most of all, there was the very real possibility of death. A bad fall, and that's my hard hit on the back, a simple sprint taking too far, anything to cut my heart off. Several times I teetered on the edge of the abyss with even all the care I took of myself. That was fine, I could live with all that. Because there was one final thing I'd found, or rather refound, after reading Yumako. Which one against that matched wave before my eyes. Only now that I realized just how delicate my friend's happiness was. Everything depended on her. The linchpin of my life since I knew Yumako was a sullen, confused, and aimless transfer student. At least I was the only person I could depend on above all others, and who was to forget the love I felt for her, but I failed her, and only realized it all too late. But I could just set my life up and continue that way forever, but it doesn't work like that. I finally realized the meaning of those words, only to be struck down as I converted my failure in time to do so in time. As far as I'm in now, it's familiar. Yumako was a dream, and I'm still covering my first pain or heart attack. Maybe that's why I feel so tired. It almost feels as if I've lived tired. It almost feels as if I've lived the entire last months of my life and it's been a minute. Then my eyes close my eyes. My mental and physical exhaustion letting me offer no resistance. Until the moment from my head, the bed towards the end of my sleep. My eyes are still closing, focusing on someone, presumably a nurse, bidding a farewell to a doctor. Open my eyes, I noticed the story closing my peripheral vision. Doctor stands reading some notes of a clipboard in his hand, carefully looking over the pages. As the consulting his very obviously important documents, he looks up and notices my gaze. It's not that I notice something slightly out of expression and general disposition, so that I can't put my finger on it. Ah, I see you're awake, Mr. Nagai. Just glance to my bed and verify my name, shows documents, obviously not written on them. I admit this has been unfortunate. Your parents visited earlier while you were asleep. I can notify them while you're awake now if you'd like. Thanks. That'd be good. I give a somewhat dazed reply, most likely the one you'd expect, but before really thinking about what I'm saying. Not a problem. Any questions you'd like to ask, I'd be happy to answer them. That is, unless you prefer to rest. Anesthesia still may affect you a bit, I'm afraid. Anesthesia, of course. That's why I felt so strange the first time I woke up. Slowly shaking my head, not wanting to dislodge any pipes or cut myself any more discovered than necessary. The doctor slightly puts down his clipboard in response. Guess my main question is, what exactly happened? Put it simply, you unfortunately had another heart attack. Not as severe as your first. You're very lucky to occur to go to the hospital. After being stabilized, taken to the operating room. It follows a keyhole surgery and inserted another temporary pacemaker. All in all, the injuries happened 2 days ago, with emergency treatment being carried out soon afterward. Since then, we kept you in close observation while you were asleep. Will be alright? Any lasting problems? Rate the procedure carried out for your first heart attack. This is relatively minor. We just have to undergo surgery once more in a few days' time to remove the pacemaker. So there no complications. There should be no lasting implications. He was talking, and seriously encouraged repetition of facts rather than arrhythmia of medication, as you already know for the most part. I sent a nod and feigning interest. My mind will rest. You don't think how perfectly hung the inoffensive painting hanging on the wall behind his shoulder is, now neat still like his surroundings are. Even including the doctor himself. Mumbling bores you, or quite willing to say so, Mr. Kai. Lord knows I do check myself sometimes. Gives it a short shrivel as a self-deprecating joke, as I grimace awkwardly, having been badly caught out. To check to that nurse knocker, though. Come to think of it, I was wondering why I realized the man in front of me just was a little bit off. The smell was neat and sterile. He was a joke perfectly with a customary inoffensive chuckle. It's like, rather than talking to the man his name, they put on the name tag and pinned to his lab coat, and really acted actor reading a rehearsed script, every action being choreographed beforehand. I suppose he has to be this way, though, being a doctor. He has to keep his neat and silent smile and chiding the nurse, trying to go with cancer slowly spreading through her body, and reassuring the women who will shortly die from childbirth. And every other terminally and critically ill patient. A little bit of distance, that little bit of aloofness. Makes one of them too harsh, especially as his decisions being adopted only by people in his profession. After all, one love could that after all. One love kept that same distance from others herself. When I doctor again, I realized I've been thought my head bowed for some time. I understand you must be tired. You've been through a lot. I mentioned before, the insect is really affecting you. If you don't mind, I'll let you have some rest until your parents are woken up for you. I think that would be good. Thank you. He gives a curt nod, picking up his clipboard, making his way to a large white door in the corner of the room, closing it behind him with a thud. In the end, I'm alone again. Liz gone, Akira's gone, I will be traveling, even my parents will afraid that's the hospital. Or pale peach walls, one white ceiling, and one single window open to look at towards the world outside. Certainly the future where the past is quiet around you, claustrophobic in its neat, sterile, and bleed-smelling grip. For lots of what to do or focus on, consider myself for sleeping no time away. As if it were just another dream like Yamaku had been. White. Stale queen white for a stale white room. My eyes open, I simply stare at the ceiling for some time. Just so the television would be, only a steel rack hanging out the ceiling in front of the bed. Indeed, the television's all entirely used from the time my parents were here. Moved down as quietly as I wanted for me to wake, because Angel has been the first time I ended up in the hospital. Earlier today, a attending nurse didn't ever turn off the KG speakers, but I fear it's going to make the sound is entirely normal to me now. So it's comfort me in a way. That's sort of like rather because at least the feeling time is moving. Even to a place like this. I should try to listen to its beeping while I fully awaken, though. Maybe there's another sound in the room. Controlling my way of listening and tapping rather easy to lack of direction. Trying immediately can be heard. Quiet and light. The incident was fragile has been endured by the KG's forces. To me, it just slightly to see that resource melody just telling me my sensors and pipes struggling to me. There's a little wooden box sitting on the nightstand next to the bed. This little just slightly watched the tiny little yellow box. Then the metal gem slowly rotating inside. Little bumps on its surface, rather moving in and out of sight. This music box, it's the one I gave. Kicking the door creaks on a revy. My hand and heart remaining still as my eyes turn as he comes through. Long tan skirt, each other's shoulder sweater. Pale, almost porcelain skin. Blue-colored eyes and long yellow hair. All I knew was stare as Lily slowly walks to the room, her fingers lightly running over the wall for orientation. As my mind comes to a shuddering halt. Lily? She Smith tried, her entire body tensing. So? Was that you? Her voice is quiet and pensive, echoing her expression. Thought you were... Lily takes one tender step forward and then another, as she's holding herself back. Control over her composure is for naught, though. As she finally rushes over to where I lay, as her last resistance fails. So I take it back when he grabs a hold of me, watching over as tears begin to fall from her cheeks. Since only moments ago I thought she was on the other side of the world. In a moment of hesitation, I slightly rest my right hand on her soft shoulder. So, Liz by trembles as her tears block the dark blue sheets, and emotions flitting through her carefully maintained exterior. With her face now closer, it made it easier to see through her pale skin being lit by the sunlight outside the window. Notice her cheeks being rarer than they should be. It's okay, Lily. I'm okay. You don't need to. She raised herself quickly, crying, forcefully still with both sadness and sorrow written in her moistened eyes. The trifling nature always been something to contend with, takes me off guard. Stop telling me not to worry about you, Asao. This is once, let me cry. Scott speechless, waits for a response, but her closer breaks again in a handful of seconds. I swallow again to try and settle my emotions while she sleeps in my bed. A strange mixture of relief and depression welling up. Lily's here. She's really here. I couldn't feel her skin under my hand and hardly leave my own eyes. My words were for nothing. Body's attempt to take away everything that was important to me. Everyone's again been foiled. But now, I don't feel as happy as I thought I would be. Seeing her here crying this over me is one thing I wanted to avoid. It's going to love her. No, since even leaving the hospital. I'm sorry, Lily, it's my fault I'm here. I shouldn't try to push myself so far. I give a self-deprecating snort. I wanted to keep myself together so no one worried over me. I went into something like this. I guess I'm pretty dumb. I give a little sniff, a long breath. Lily manages to put herself together and calm down a little. Despite her red cheeks, moisturized and lunar lines of eyes still visible, she wears a just weak smile and she seems to give so often. You need to blame yourself. Or later, what's happening if you're running down the road after me, right? Still. There's her eyes at the back of her hand, trying more to her old self as the rush of emotions wore off. Why did you run after me, Asao? I moved to respond, but I noticed her face tightening. You know, I said goodbye, and I left Yamako Academy. Please wanted to steady yourself when almost bubbling up once again. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. Sorry for the times I wasn't there for you and needed me. Until now, I thought you were just being there to be enough. That I only need you by my side to make my day, any day feel better. Anybody may be like this. I want to help you, Lily. I want to be there when you need someone. But you always were there, Asao. Why do you want to go to Scotland, Lily? Well, I told you before, because Akira's going and because my family wants their home. Why didn't you say that you wanted to go? I'm not stubborn often, but this one I think I need to be. I want you to stay here, Lily. I want you to stay wherever everyone you know lives and where your dreams and ambitions were made. If you choose to stay, I'll never leave your side. I won't lose another person. When I had my heart attack, I was sent away from everyone and everywhere I knew. You showed me a new life, I became your Yamagu. I lost my past, but you showed me a future. It's true that I haven't always been there for you. I'm reliable. Sometimes I lied, and thought that I could understand you when I even understood myself. But be that as may, I want to give you a future as well. I want to be there for you. I want to share both your burdens and your happiness, just like I promised back in Hokkaido. I want you to trust me. I know I had problems going to put my trust in you, even after losing so many people I'd known after my heart attack. But that's how I know that being able to trust others can be awful. That's why I can't watch you throw everything away like this. Like, I never want you to go through what I did. I would do anything to stop that. You're quite steadfast when you want to be, can't you? As I said, isn't often. My weak smile drops, so I was leaving my arm zigs a little. The reminder of my teeth and my condition. His face turns a little small gasp of pain, immediately he wished that I suffered it better. All I can do is slide him to his feet. I tried not to let him worry me for the entire time until I left the hospital. But I can't even let the one person I love. I can't even stop the one person I love from crying over me. I feel me able to put my feelings into words. I feel pretty useful with a body like this. Every time I tried to reach toward something, it was snatched away, and even now things have even turned for the better due to lack of luck. I guess something I should apologize for. All I can do is ever make you worry. Even now, there's very little chance I live anywhere near a full life. Leaving his warm, soft hand moving my cheek means she lifts my head up. A gentle and smile, your smile, your smile gentle and warm, she touches me. I think that's something very not sweet to say. Your words were sincere and self-conscious. Yours was reserved, well-mannered, and patient to a fault with Hanako, even curious about everything and everyone. I said I miss you as my family. I wasn't lying or exaggerating. Thought I even never thought of my mind. Tell me through that time. That's why I was so confused about what to do when my family summoned me. And I thought I made a decision. You tried your hardest to challenge me about it. Then I confessed you had a pity your believing that you were somehow different than what you are. I confessed that I could never want to lose you. And I always want you to be a part of my life, no matter what might change. I'm going to be a person, Sal. You're changing none of that, so please, don't apologize for yourself anymore. For a long time, the silence reigns in the room. Not really sure there's newborn feeling inside of me is, but it fails in significance when I worsley gaze Lily's smiling face. So warm and gentle as it had always been. It's only as her thumb crushes my cheek, wiping away a single drop of moisture. I realize this is all I've ever wanted. This is what it feels like the first time. I give an earnest white smile. Lily feels against her palm. She turns to gesture. More time passes before either of us saying a word. Neither of us needing speech to communicate feelings for each other. I know I can't promise to always be around, or that we'll always be together forever. I should have had Lily my hand pressing on her pale shoulder. But I think at least taking during this year's Time Divide Festival to make up for making you miss this year's. Lily's expression is one of surprise, though I can't say I blame her. You remember that? I had a pretty good memory, sometimes. She raises her head a little and takes my hand from her cheek. You have a small and used giggle. I smile and answers my how earnest it is, almost careless in its lightness. So my warm, she collects herself and stands over with her hand resting on my chest. I feel I'm seeing her for the first time. The sun in the window glowing behind her just as it did when I first walked in that room where she was drinking tea. Very well then, should we make it a promise between the both of us to go next year telling about us together? And she can't be doing so, not approvingly. I promise. I promise. Well, that would be Hanako, well, not Hanako, Lily's good ending. And as before, with the good also comes the bad, but also the neutral in this case. Although the neutral isn't much to write home about. So, in this case, the both bad and the good, both the neutral and the bad will be piled into one episode again. So, there you go. But, you know, it was good. I mean, my voice is kind of ragged after that. But I think I'm kind of fit. Because, you know, he was in the hospital and stuff. But, you know, it was good. Kind of filling, I suppose. Oh, it's not over. You're lying to me. Kira, Lily, and I silently sit on the grassy and high above the little town. The breeze gently blowing through the cloudless sky. Maybe a few minutes walk from town, still outside its limits. The view is entirely uncomplicated, unexpected. Lily sits beside me, her eyes closed, as a gentle breeze flows through her hair. This is a nice area. Yeah, I knew a place like this was here. It was near Yumaku. I had to be the one to find it, of course. Kira's grin is genuine, but her tone is slightly different than her usual carefree nature. It's good that you're at the hospital, though, Wasao. Nobody's more glad than I am. Can't stand hospitals. You do go back to school tomorrow? Yep. Kira juggles the moons, looking content below. The trees between the buildings swaying in the wind. Pity we couldn't go up north at summer holidays, or get to Tandivana. Wouldn't worry, there's always next time. You'll be ready for the summer vacation, won't you? Yeah, there'll still be college after that, mind. Going to the same one? Likely. People that have high enough scores meet the entry requirements. Sounds so sure. Don't worry, you're better than I in most subjects. Guess we'll work out in due time. That's the way. Just enjoy yourself while you're there. Look at the sad side of the decision between Akira and the two of us. Do I need to go back to Scotland? Yeah, the folks already have my blood for as it is. You weren't meant to stay this long? Give a trademark wide grin. Sent over him with a passport took him some time. You're taking him with him, aren't you? This is a while at first. He's a surprisingly worldly guy, so I think he just fine. Kara gives an amused snort. Cleared his way, had gone a long while ago. I can just pledge to his family fear sister a little while longer. Lynn's right and gives Lily a tight, playful hug, cheering you up considerably. It's nice to be with you one last time, though. For what it's worth, I'm in the same boat. Thanks, you two. I'll join you back sometime. Don't worry. It's a shame the business keeps you so busy. The place won't win itself, I'm afraid. I think it'll be just the same over there. Considering that, I better get going. Have fun over there, Akira. Haha, will do. The slight glance, she lifts herself off with her hand and stands up, dusting herself off as she does so. Well, better be off. There's plenty of wait for me, after all. She's a wistfulness in her tone and her voice, right as for the pen her sister. I'll be okay, Akira. Yeah, I know. Oh no, isn't that bad? Be able to see us extend soon. Strange that she's feeling doubting Akira for once. She really has changed. Goodbye, Akira. Bye. Second, the dark-clad figure looks down at both of us, smiling widely. Perhaps more than I've ever seen her do before. She has a long, wavering breath to steady herself for leaving, but eventually slips her hand out of her pocket and turns on her heel. As she walks away, one on the hill high, and there she goes. See you later, you two. Just to no beat, no melody or direction to the very end. A few moments sitting silently, Lynn and I pick ourselves and dust ourselves off. She drew this broad smile, held up my hand. Shall we be off then? She takes my hand in hers, gentle nod, and his beautiful smile as warm as ever. Shall we ever? Indeed we shall, Esau. As I head towards the school, that wonderful smile and gave herself on my memory. The wonderful smile that we both share. Fest me is scattered and overshadowed at times by sadness, but also in the integral part of our lives and personalities. Even if I could change a single thing, I wouldn't, because my past is what led me here. That's why, even with all this happened just before, and all that may befall us, all that will maybe fall us together, we'll keep walking forwards. Forwards, towards the future, our future. Well, after that unexpected ending part, next time when we come back to Katawa Shoujo, we will go tackle Lily's neutral and bad endings. So until then.